On this episode of Inside the Blueprint, we search the country to find the companies leading the way in design and innovation in the world of manufacturing and industry. We dig deep into the proud history of LBX, a company that's been designing machines that have innovated the farming, forestry, scrap, and demolition industries for years and continue to do so with their Link-Belt Excavators. The future is bright in the hands of Visionaire Lighting, a company creating groundbreaking new technologies and eco-friendly smart lighting that's enhancing so many aspects of the way we live. Losing heat and energy can be so costly, you'll want to hit the roof. Luckily, Owens Corning have the solutions. When it comes to commercial hardware, PamX is unlocking the door of innovation to provide products and solutions for both the commercial and the residential marketplaces.
We have to go back 145 years ago when a gentleman by the name of William Dana Hayward patented and founded the Link-Belt chain, which was basically replacing the leather and strap chain on agricultural equipment of the time. So that's where everything started.
The history of our company is pretty interesting. You know, we started as a farm equipment tool, and we've evolved over the generations into actually heavy construction equipment. So our founders had an idea, and he came up with a way to meet customers' needs, and it didn't stop there. So if you look back at the history of our company, how we've evolved into the company we are today, it was all done by meeting customer needs.
In the 1890s, he was able to produce the first steam power mining coal crane, and this was really the genesis of Link-Belt equipment that we know of today.
So today, LBX is responsible for product development and distribution in North and South America with a strong, loyal customer base and a very strong dealer network.
Link-Belt technology was inspired to provide innovative products, services, and support that ensure our customers and our employees the greatest opportunity for success.
LBX Company has worked very diligently to develop a machine that is unique in the industry. In an industry where many machines are being developed that do the same job effectively, it's our goal to make a machine that does it differently than the others, and better, obviously. One way that we have achieved this is through our proprietary hydraulic system. There is a hydraulic system that is utilized within our machines that we call spool stroke control, which combines and marries all the components of the machine together.
So we have a proprietary hydraulic system that no one else has that allows our hydraulics and our engine to work seamlessly together. So our computer system that guides all that can take out any lags in hydraulic power, any lags in engine horsepower. And so the end product is you have a machine that's smooth, that's easy to operate, that's got plenty of power for whatever the job requires, and it's auto-sensing as it's pulling through the hole. So that's pretty game-changing when it comes to excavating technology.
We call that operability and controllability. The operator will be able to feel more, be able to do more, all being more efficient because the machine is easier to control and is better for them at their fingertips.
With customers and dealers at the forefront of product development and new implemented technologies, LBX Company offers products and solutions which lead the industry in many ways, including efficiency and productivity.
LBX always listens to the customer and the dealer. They're always at the forefront of our development, and as a result of that, we now have Wave's wide-angle visual enhancement system, offering up to a 270-degree bird's-eye view around the machine. We have Link-Belt Precision Grade, which is a grade control solution offering machine guidance and machine control, and also remote care telematics. These are several examples of why and how LBX is always listening to the end user and the customer and dealer.
Systems are designed to improve job site safety, improve job site performance, accuracy. We're listening to our customers, and that's why we've designed the whole MG-MC system, just to meet those needs. It's something they need anyway to be more competitive when they're bidding on jobs.
In their commitment to create long-lasting relationships with their customers and dealers, LBX Company created the new state-of-the-art Customer Experience Center in close proximity to their headquarters in Lexington, Kentucky.
We built this center for our dealers and for our customers, meaning that it's completely open for them to use. We are using it as a proving ground so that we can do equipment testing here. We can do live equipment shows, product demonstrations. We can have large dealer events for our dealers.
The CEC is a facility that offers training to dealers and/or customers. It keeps us connected at a more personal level to our customers and dealers.
The success of our future really lean on what I would call the three strategic anchors of our organization. Premium product, we've had premium product for 145 years and different stages. The strengths of our culture and also the way that company is relationship based. Our organization, our company is only as good as our people, and success is a team sport. And that's the reason why at LBX we continue to cultivate what we call our all-in culture to make sure that our employees continue to be engaged, enabled, and energized for the next 145 years.
Launched in 2000 in Gardena, California, a small company dedicated to the idea of environmentally conscious, sustainable production of lighting products, Visionaire Lighting quickly expanded in both reputation and size.
From the beginning, we started doing smaller scale jobs, everything from parks to sports facilities, and then got into automotive lighting. And as the company grew, we got into more large scale projects like smart cities and street lighting.
Fred, the president and owner of our company, was also involved in tennis, and so they wanted to start doing tennis lighting. And so we initially started by lighting tennis courts with HID or high intensity discharge lamps.
Our company initially started with just assembling products, and over the years, we brought more and more processes in-house. Now today, we are a completely vertically integrated company who manufactures all of its different components here in our facility.
The advent of commercially viable solid-state or LED lighting was the first significant change in the industry in over 100 years.
The new technology that Visionaire has and why it's going to make us stand out is because an open platform, it's a single pane of glass. Currently in today's lighting market, if I am with a university or if I'm with a city, I want to be able to control my lights, I want to be able to control my parking sensors, my oxygen sensors, any kind of thing, and any time I want to do that, I have to do that on a separate login, a separate program. What's unique to Visionaire is we're an open protocol, which means we have different devices from different manufacturers that we could bring in and all operate on our own user interface.
Because solid-state lighting was essentially a small computer, it enabled other connected devices to interface with lighting for the first time at this level. This was the birth of smart lighting.
The technology that I developed was a platform, a very agnostic, unique platform where we could have multiple softwares on one pane of glass. So I could actually take it to where I could bring in 3 or 4 different types of software, bring it into one, and be able to visualize everything on a single pane of glass.
In the light fixtures there's a real estate. There's a platform inside there which allows that. The light itself's not detecting that movement, but there would be a computer or brain chip that's inside that platform that allows you to be able to signal what's going on based on the camera.
Visionaire manufactures its own printed circuit boards in-house in its Surface Mount Technology or SMT facility. Each board is individually tested and analyzed for quality. This ensures the elevated level of product quality and longevity.
We have robots doing injection molding, making the optics for our LED fixtures. We have a SMT room, which is surface mount technology, which will pick an LED off of a reel and place it onto our printed circuit board. We have a pattern shop or sandcast and for die cast.
Just like the smartphone's evolution over the years, Pangea Link technology will integrate with applications we haven't even imagined yet. There's a street light almost every place you look, which can support this technology in the future.
When you talk about the future and the application, it's really unlimited, and it's allowed us to continue to keep desiring the city's wants and needs and learning them as they're learning them at the same time.
The great thing about our technology is it's really future-proof. Because we are an open-ended platform, that means that whatever you have currently today, if you're happy with it, that's great. But if you realize you have a need and you need to incorporate something else into that system, you could do that in the future. So if you want to bring cameras onto it, if you want to bring smart water meters onto it, you're allowed to do that in the future because it's an open-ended platform.
The future for Visionaire is actually very, very bright. We're really developing things today and future-proofing our fixtures to where people can actually have access to this stuff 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. As you know, software never stops. It's always an evolving thing. So in some cases, we know where we are today, but it could change in 24 months. It could be a totally different technology. So we're trying to stay on the cutting edge of that.
For more information about this new technology, please visit visionairelighting.com. Where does innovation come from? More often than not, it stems from a need or a problem that requires a solution. This is what inspires the engineers, technicians, and research scientists at Owens Corning. Owens Corning is not only a world leader in insulation, they've taken it to a whole new level altogether. Insulation used to be thought of as just a way to keep in and/or keep out heat and cold. But the folks at Owens Corning have been developing and manufacturing some of the most dynamic and functional insulation in the biz. Now, when talking about insulation, you should include descriptors like acoustics and fire resistance. In a business where innovation is the name of the game, Owens Corning isn't afraid to push the envelope to stay ahead of the competition.
My name's Julian Francis. I'm the president of the insulation business at Owens Corning. And in that capacity, I have accountability for the global operations of the insulation business. Today, Owens Corning consists of 3 businesses: our roofing business, our insulation business, and our glass fiber reinforcements business, all really founded on the basis of glass fiber, the invention back in 1938. And then after the post-war boom in construction of single-family homes, the insulation business really started to take off. Residential construction is probably where we're most famous, with our iconic pink insulation that was introduced as early as 1950s. In 2013, we bought into a business, we acquired a business called Thermafiber, which is a mineral wool product. So actually it's made of waste material from steel manufacturing, but it melts at a much higher temperature, and so it's very, very good at both its thermal performance, but also its fire resistive properties.
Angie is a technical services leader with Owens Corning, who develops fire control systems using mineral wool as insulation.
Owens Corning Thermafiber pioneered the first perimeter fire containment system. And we designed these life safety systems around our mineral wool insulation products. And so it's systems like this that we install in some of the high-rise buildings like One World Trade Center. So a perimeter fire containment system is constructed primarily out of mineral wool insulation. And really the mineral wool insulation is the workhorse behind the assembly, just because it can resist very high temperatures for a very long period of time. We have containment systems that offer protection up to 3 hours, so that it allows more time in a building for people to evacuate safely. Over here we have a representation of a curtain wall in an exterior high-rise building. We see the Thermafiber Owens Corning mineral wool insulation is covering and protecting a portion of that exterior wall. The critical part of the assembly, though, is really the barrier. And this is where you have a joint between the floor slab and the exterior curtain wall. Now imagine if you did not fill that void with any material, fire would have a free path to spread from floor to floor.
Today we're using the ASTM E84 Steiner tunnel to assess the surface burning characteristics of our mineral wool insulation. So in the E84 tunnel test, this sample is top loaded in a ceiling orientation so that when the flames come up, they hit the bottom of the sample, just like on every sample, even comparison samples. From there, it depends on what the product is made of. We'll then determine how far down the flame front travels down the surface of the material. These are the results from the ASTM E84 Steiner tunnel test. We get a flame spread index and a smoke developed index, and those help us meet the codes.
This particular apparatus is the E119 small scale quarter wall test. So basically this is a wall furnace, and this would be our mock curtain wall insulated with the mineral wool insulation. And we would have a window opening here on the full scale test. We'll fill this room with fire, and we'll get to temperatures well above 1800 degrees Fahrenheit to demonstrate the fire resistive performance of the wall system itself.
Owens Corning's Thermafiber insulation is not only flame resistant, but it also has noise reduction capabilities.
I'm Corey Taylor. I'm the technical lead for the Acoustic Research Center. This is where we design, develop, and evaluate the acoustic performance of our material. So we're going to be running our ASTM E90 test, and this evaluates the sound performance from room to room. The only way sound energy is going to get from our source room to our receive room is through the wall partition that we have in place. So we're going to start this test, and what we're actually measuring is the sound pressure levels over time. So these are the levels of our source room, and here we can see that we are about 95, 97 decibels in our source room. And if we look at the receive chamber, the levels in there are around 60 decibels, just a little under. So what that tells us is that the wall that we have in place is mitigating approximately 30 decibels of sound at this one particular frequency.
Not all Thermafiber products are created equal. We need different product designs for different applications. Our light density products are designed for interior applications to ensure that our homes are quieter, more comfortable, and safer in the event of a fire in a residential zone. On the other hand, our heavy density products are better used in perimeter applications on the outside of buildings to deliver that superior fire performance that is required.
We focus very deeply on the overall performance of the building. So not just from a thermal standpoint as when people think about insulation, but also acoustics, life safety, and then the overall performance of the building through a building science outlook, moisture protection, air infiltration. So many of these things we design into our products. It's not just about insulating a home thermally against cold or against heat, but also the performance of the building as a whole. Acoustics, fire, how it interacts with other systems in the building. And that means we just have to be experts in the building science.
Where does innovation come from? It usually stems from a need or a problem that requires a solution. This is what inspires the engineers, technicians, and production personnel at PamX. PamX is a leading manufacturer and distributor of commercial hardware for the multifamily, commercial, and residential markets. They've been designing and manufacturing some of the highest quality, durable, and above all, secure door locks and exit devices for over 30 years. In a business where innovation is the name of the game, PamX isn't afraid to push the envelope to stay ahead of the competition.
My name is Victor Chang. I'm the Business Development Manager at PamX. My job is to really identify new opportunities of growth and really take PamX to the next level. PamX was started in 1986 here in Southern California. It started off as a distributor of residential door locks. Over time, and as business expanded, we expanded our product lineup to include commercial door locks, exit devices, door closers, bathroom accessories, and hinges. So PamX is constantly reinventing itself and trying to adapt to current market needs. I think innovation is a very key word in this company. We're always embracing change. So starting in 2017, we launched our own team to develop an in-house electronic door lock called Encore and Capture. So Encore is a Wi-Fi capable electronic lock used for access control in multifamily apartments. And then Capture is a single family product. It's more for the DIY market. So this is our Capture product, the one that we've been developing since 2017. And for this lock, there's 3 ways of entry. One is with the traditional keypad here. The second way is with a smartphone app application. And the third way is through a mechanical key through here. And as you can see, when I lift this cover off, a red light blinks here, and it also blinks in the back, and it also sends a notification to the application, letting the homeowner know that somebody is trying to gain access with the mechanical key.
My name is Zach Harvey, and I'm a regional sales manager here at PamX. I'm based in South Carolina, so I travel the Southeast United States. So I visit with our customers quite a bit and display new products, talk about new finishes, new trends, new functions and styles. Traditionally, door hardware has all been mechanical, but as technology progresses, we've introduced access control products. One of the great innovations with Capture and Encore is you're able to program this in a remote office. So if it's your leasing or your maintenance office on these multifamily projects, you can sit in a central location, program these locks, and monitor them from a single computer screen. One of the biggest things that separates us from our competition is our ability to service the customer quickly. We have a keying facility here. We have a 100,000 square foot warehouse, so we're able to key these jobs and ship them quickly. We can have locks on the job site within 2 to 3 weeks. So we're very responsive to our customer and our builders, which helps them make these projects on time and under budget.
So this is our key room. As you can see, each one of these yellow bins has a different key cut to a certain number that we have for certain projects. So there's thousands of combinations here that are already cut for our keying associates to be able to key the cylinders. Each associate can key roughly about 150 locks a day. We have 10 associates, so every day that's over 1,000 locks we can key for these projects. And out of this keying kit here, she's pulling the numbers that correspond to this key. You can also see some very small ball bearings there. That's used for the construction keying process. So that allows the builder to have access to the unit before it's leased out and the resident moves in. As soon as the resident puts his key into the lock, that ball bearing falls out and the construction key cannot be used again. Well, here we are in the PamX warehouse. It's 110,000 square feet. 32-foot ceilings, and I would say roughly we have about 3 million pieces of hardware here in the warehouse. We'll have inventory coming up, and we try to use as much automation as possible. So we scan barcodes, double check everything, and actually scan the boxes themselves so we don't have to count each individual piece. There's a lot of small pieces of hardware in here, and it's tough to make sure you have each and every one of them taken care of. So we've got a lot of product coming in, but it's important to get this product back out to our customers because that's where it's going to be for the end user. We can ship out pallet-sized quantities that can fill up a truckload, or just single boxes here that may be just for a single-family home. This particular box is going to Garner, North Carolina, across the country to one of our single-family home builders. At PamX, we're environmentally conscious, so we try to recycle all of our cardboard. We also have solar panels on our roof to try to be as energy efficient as possible and to stay green.
Hello, my name is Shane. I'm with PamX. I am product specialist for Encore. It is a multifamily lock. Today we'll be doing an installation replacing our old hardware with the newest hardware. After installation, it's done. Take your key fob and go ahead and test it out. And there you go. Nothing to it. Now I want to show you the lever set. The lever set is just like our other sets. In many ways it is grade 2. It's also Wi-Fi enabled, Bluetooth enabled, so that way if you want to, you can connect to it through your smart device. You can also monitor it through, say, the safety of your desk. It's pretty simple. You just take a key fob, just like everything else. Once it's programmed properly, go off, and now it's unlocked.
PamX started off as a traditional door lock company, but in the future, I don't see it as just a door lock company. We sell life safety equipment, and eventually it's going to become a security company and a service company, more so than a traditional door lock company.
For more information on how PamX products can work for you, check out their website at PamXinc.com. Thanks for watching Inside the Blueprint. For more information on any of the products you saw today, or to find out how to become part of the show, please visit InsideTheBlueprint.com.